time ago, and my teacher used to talk about the situation in the countryside of France, but in the capital is not right. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that they are not so welcoming, right? Not so open up sometimes to foreigners, but it's a very touristic place, right?
Yeah.
Not, oh, I don't know, correctly or a good way to treat the tourists, right? To not to treat them well. But I never met properly a French, so I couldn't say anything about it. It's just
Mm.
what I heard. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the Olympic Games in Paris. So they mentioned about the opening ceremony along all along the river, the Siena River, right? It's gonna be beautiful. I'm really excited to see on the TV, of course, because unfortunately I will not be able to be there in person. But okay, so let's get started. It seems that it's gonna be just Ricardo and Barbara here with me. So let me put the questions on the chat, and before we get started to discuss the questions, let me just present how TNT works for those who will be watching us later on YouTube and those who know us yet, right? Because Barbara and Ricardo are not first timers, but I must do it. So TNT, we are a community where we came here to communicate in foreign language, right? They're not just English, they're also Spanish, Italian, and French. The live meetings like this one are not regular classes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to correct anyone. There's no material or homework. We are here just to have a nice chat in order to build confidence and achieve fluency. That's the main point here, right? But if you are interested to have some classes, have someone following you really close and helping you out and have a material to study, you can check all the available plans that are available in our website, okay? talkandtalk.com.br. And I believe that's all. So let's get started. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about the Olympic Games in general. And we just watched a video about what the French are doing to the Paris Olympics. That's going to happen June or July. I'm not so sure. But of this year, 2024, right? So maybe we can start presenting ourselves and then we go to the questions. So just to get to know each other. Can you start this one, Barbara?
For sure. I'm Bárbara. I'm Brazilian. I'm from Minas Gerais. I'm here to talk more in English. I like the way that Talk used to do it. I used to have conversations on Spanish also, and I started to learn French, but I'm in the beginning yet. So I cannot talk fluently. It's really difficult for me, but I really enjoy that platform, the way that it works.
Awesome. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you so much for coming. You mentioned that you are from Minas, right? What
Yes,
city?
Belo Horizonte.
Oh, the capital.
Belzonte.
Pro.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, you mentioned we have a polyglot with us here today. What an honor. So you mentioned that you also study Spanish and starting the French, right?
Yeah.
I can speak Spanish better. My level is the same as my English, but French, not yet.
Yeah.
But you will soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. And you, Ricardo, go ahead, please.
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, the first city of Brazil, and well, I'm married. I have a daughter. I have uh, two cats, and well, I love watching movies, hang out with my friends. Uh, well, I try to talk in Spanish. That's weird. I study much more English. Uh, I study. I have studied English. I don't know since a long time ago, but I me feel much more comfortable when I talk in Spanish. And yeah, my Spanish level is uh, much worse. It's worse comparing to English because, as I told you, I have studied English. I don't know. I maybe 14 years. I don't know. And I'm not sure. Particular when I have to listen another person in particular foreigners is well a very big problem. But I don't know. The only way to improve is continue studying. I don't know. That's it.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. Yeah, I could say that I feel the same as you with Spanish. I had some classes like 10 years ago for, I don't know, 1 year, but uh, it, it's, it has been a long time since I don't practice. And Spanish, I believe that the most challenging part is,
Mm.
because they speak very quickly. The
Yeah,
the foreigners, right? The natives. But yeah, we can follow Barbara's example and keep keep
sorry, just a
on
minute,
our
please.
study.
Sorry.
Okay.
I could improve
Uh,
Spanish a lot here on Talk and Talk. It was 2 years ago when I started to talk really in Spanish. Talk and Talk helped me a lot.
Great, great. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, well, I must try to expand my knowledge on the other
Come back.
language as well. Uh, so guys, Ricardo already know me, but Barbara, let me present myself for you. But let me see. I am Ana. I'm 27. I live in Barueri, in the metropolitan region of São Paulo, really close to the capital. What else? I live with my boyfriend. I work with quality control in the food industry, a chocolate industry specifically. What else? On my free time, I like to do some biking, reading books, and watch movies with my boyfriend and discuss about it. That's pretty much me. And I love being here on TNT, not just to practice speaking, but also to meet new people, talk about interesting topics. That's why I'm here. uh, so let's jump into the questions, right? Let me see. Barbara, could you start with the question number one?
Yes. What are the origins of the Olympic Games and how have they evolved over time? I learned it on school a long time ago. I think it was in Greece,
Yeah.
but I don't remember the whole details about the origins of the Olympic Games. They used to do competitions between them. I think just means participating in that moment, but I don't have more details.
Yes, yes, you are correct when you mention about the Olympics started on ancient Greece, right? with the Greeks, and about only men athletes participating, right? Thank you, Barbara. And Ricardo, can you remember anything else from
Yeah,
history
it's
classes?
well, the legend is before Christ. I believe it's 700 uh, before Christ, and the Olympic Games on the past during 1,000 years is honor for God, or uh, and the Olympic Games stop a long while, 1,500 years, and he start. I believe that I'm not sure, but the beginning of the this 20th century. I don't know. And I don't know. That's it.
Yes, yes, you're correct. I believe about the time, the period, right? About the years. And let me see what else when we can say. I believe that are much less sports, right? That there that were people were competing on the games. And yeah, about the only men participating nowadays. Thankfully, uh, women also can participate, right? And there are different categories for which one, so them compete with each other in different sports. And yeah, nowadays they doesn't only happen only on Greece. They happen all over the world. That I would mention about how they are different nowadays, right? Let me see. Oh, this one is interesting. I'm curious to know if you guys are aware about question number 2. What is the Olympic torch relay? Relay, it's like when someone is passing to the other one, right? When the it has that ceremony that someone is carrying for a while, the torch, that one stick with fire. I don't know if I'm expressing me on the better way, but yeah, and they run with it for a distance for a while, and then pass to another one, to another one, to another one, and then fire up a big torch that usually happens on the middle of the city, that it's going to be the Olympic Games. If you guys usually see this part of the ceremony, because it happens usually some days before the ceremony itself of opening the Olympic Games. And if you guys know what does it symbolize, it could symbolize. Do you know this one, Barbara?
I knew it, but I don't remember. Actually, I was trying Google it here. Can I read? Oh no.
Go ahead. What did
Okay.
you found?
I read that it symbolizes another stages express the handing down of the symbolic fire from generation to generation.
Yes, yes. Sharing this spark, right?
Yes, spread the message of peace and friendship between peoples also.
Yeah, it's a beautiful message, right?
Yes, it
Because
is.
they are all of them have a big role on firing up the fire, right? the bonfire, the big one, and we must collaborate with everyone. I believe that's the message um about it. You are correct. Thanks, Barbara. And you, Ricardo, for you. Do you agree with Barbara? What else can you add?
Uh, well, I think that this ceremony in the others opening, that's so nice, so beautiful. I believe that's is there is a a so good atmosphere, the athletes, uh, uh, different countries. Now, it's yeah, sometimes it's just a bullshit because it's just a wonderful and beautiful opening, but the people don't not don't not know, don't really connect it in the it sound like uh, every place in our world is living on peace or something, but I don't know. Maybe sometimes occurs some events in the maybe uh, they could, for example, Iran and the United States playing in a game. It's not exactly Olympics, but about the World Cup. But I don't know. Maybe I hope that this event could cause some movement, and they uh, try to let the people more connected and the I don't know promote the peace between the people. I don't know. I believe so. The torch and the I don't know is very wonderful. The people are so creative, and the I could mention Barcelona because I believe that's the best one in my opinion. Not about the games, but about the opening is very nice. I remember the guy using the bow. I don't know, arc and flash and ice bow,
Oh,
and
yeah.
is wonderful. And I could mention Beijing too. It's very wonderful. And I don't know. I hope that the French is uh, the French is I don't know. The French people is are a people that is the beauty are so important for the French. I don't know, and you could see in Paris, the guys create I don't know a garden. This garden is sounded like is this garden you'll be the best of the world. Every leaf is so cut it so precise. I don't know. I hope that this kind of things could bring us a wonderful opening in the I don't know uh, the first reason is promote peace between the people. That's it.
Yes, Ricardo. Absolutely. When you mentioned about this good atmosphere, because everyone there is usually, right? The majority, they are there to compete, but also to collaborate with each other, right? They are there because of the sport and because they wanna overcome themselves, not necessarily the others, right? As they and this spirit could inspire more the the humans, right? The politicians, and you mentioned about World Cup. I don't remember. It was World Cup or the Olympic Games that World War One or two have stopped. just to the event happened. I don't quite remember, but I remember in history classes they saying uh, or a World Cup or was a Olympic game that the war stopped in the middle. I believe that was World Cup. But it's beautiful how right this sports could have uh, this power of bringing together different nations, different cultures, and people. It's possible to live together without fighting, and with the same sense of common uh, goal. Uh, it's quite beautiful to see when it happens. It could happen a lot of times more. Hopefully, it it would. But yeah, you mentioned about Barcelona games. I'm not remembering which year it happened. Can you remember? Because I
I'm sorry.
didn't see this one.
I didn't
Right.
understand. Could you repeat, please?
Sure. You mentioned about Barcelona games being the most creative.
92.
92.
Yeah,
1992. Okay, I
yeah.
wasn't even born on this year. That's why I
I'm an
don't
old guy.
remember.
I'm an old guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be
It's
sorry. Oh,
okay.
okay. Thanks, Barbara. Did you watch it, this ceremony?
Yeah, I remember.
Barbara.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No?
I I didn't too.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
I
Okay, okay.
remember the 80s on the uh I don't know how do you say União Soviética. I forgot
Yes, yes.
Soviet.
Oh, I forgot how.
how União Soviética in English. I'm not sure.
Sovietic.
URSS. I don't know.
Yes, yes. I'm not so sure how to say it in English, but yeah. Got it. Thank you for
There
sharing,
is
Ricardo.
a cutie bear called Masha. I don't know, and that's wonderful. I remember.
It has nowadays it has a cartoon, right? About with this
Yeah.
name, Masha and the Bear. I don't know.
I believe
I
I'm
don't
not
I
sure,
don't
but I
know
believe I don't know if
Soviet.
I'm right, but I believe that's the name of I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's related. That's why they named the cartoon after the the this thing that you mentioned, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. Let me see. Oh, this one, question number 3. Can you start this one, Ricardo? You already mentioned about the opening ceremony of Barcelona on 19, 1992. Can you remember any um, uh, memorable moment or performance that you watched? And
Yeah, I always remember. I'm not sure. Is a woman? I don't know. I have some problems in your body. I'm not sure how do you say uma cãibra or something like that. And I'm not sure, but the last 100 meters, I don't know. This woman don't give up, didn't give up, and they continue. So I believe that's is one of the most important images of all the Olympic Games. I don't know, and I consider, I don't know. I believe that could mention to the runner Brazil. I forgot the name of this guy, and a person on the audience invade the track, and they try to hug, and this guy was in the first place in that time, but he didn't give up, continue and finish the marathon in the third place. I don't know. I forgot.
Yes, 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 the marathon. I forgot about it. This one is quite special, right? Because the guy tried to stop him and he, escaped and keep doing it and competing to the end and uh, he won, right? And you remember about this woman running. It was not a marathon. I think that I have already watched this video of her. She was like really passing, not feeling so well, right? I forgot which problem she had, but and she didn't give up. She couldn't win the first place, so I believe that she um arrived in the last place, but she didn't give up. It was quite beautiful. Everybody applauded because it was an example, right, of being uh, courageous and you know, I forgot persistent, right? These one are really famous moments. Thanks, Ricardo, and
I,
very
I I
more
made a
memorable.
research and the name of the beer is not Masha, it's Misha.
Okay, now we are. Well, no, Misha.
Is yeah.
Misha. Okay. Thanks, Ricardo.
Thank you.
And for you, Barbara, can you remember any moment
Um, I remember
memorable?
situations, not the whole details, but also I remember the Olympic Games. I think it was in UK. And the Queen came by the para. How can I say paraquedas? Oh my goodness!
Parachute.
Parachute.
So for me, it was really funny in that moment.
Awesome. I didn't know about this moment. I'm gonna search it.
Wasn't young, and so she appeared with parachutes and the performance in the Olympic Games.
Also, on the opening ceremony, she did that, or in
Was in the opening moment.
oh, okay, it wasn't just like she popped it up on a game
No,
from nowhere. Okay, okay, now now I got it. It's less strange, but
yes,
it's still funny, as you
yes,
mentioned.
she was funny.
I'm gonna search it for see it because I didn't know about this one. For me, I was like, I remember about the woman that Ricardo mentioned, but I could say also one that maybe is more recent. It happened on the last Olympic Games on Tokyo, right? I remember because I'm a huge fan of the girls on gymnastic, Olympic gymnastic, especially Simone Biles and now Rebecca Andrade. But I never saw something like that. An athlete that she didn't compete because she was like, oh, I'm facing some personal problems, mental problems I'm struggling with, and I'm will not compete. I give up because my mental health is more important. I remember that a lot of people were like, what? She's a pro in that doing. She probably would gonna bring um a lot of medals for US, and I believe that it was big step for her because absolutely she was feeling the pressure about, the country, her colleagues, and like, what? You're not going to compete? You came all over the way here and you will not compete. So it was an example for me of you prioritizing yourself, your health over the other people's expectations, you know? It was a big thing for me. And yeah, I was quite happy because then Rebecca also had more chances to bring the
Mhm.
medals from for Brazil, right? And it happened. But yeah, it was an example for me of Simone Biles prioritizing her health over, you know, the duties and the other expectations. It was a big thing. It was more memorable for me. So, maybe we can go to, yeah, question number 4. Can you start with this one, Barbara?
For sure. How do the Paralympic Games differ from the Olympic Games? The Paralympic Games is a moment that they separated it after the Olympic Games, just for people who has disabilities, and that they participate in sports specific for them. And differ because the Olympic Games in general is for people that don't have disabilities.
Yes, yes. Is for, you know, uh, they are athletes with some disability that it would not be fair them compete to the other athletes. That's why they have their games. But I don't know what is how they separate the categories because in each sport in each category we have different things, different disabilities that will bring different disadvantage, right? And I don't know how they manage to, you know,
So do
made them, uh, you know, to be more equally competitors to themselves. But it's really interesting, and yeah, we are glad, right, that they happening because definitely in ancient Greece, Paralympic Games would not be possible, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays they happen and they are quite important, just like the uh, Olympic Games. Thank you, Barbara. Ricardo, what about question number 5? What do you think?
Uh, I believe that the intent intention of the Olympic Games shouldn't be the money because, well, the organization is not so uh, fair and honest. In the past, we had a lot of bad events. The people from organization involved in a lot of crimes and the bribe, suborno, bribe, I believe. Yeah, in the particularly in Brazil, in the other countries. So I believe that the Olympic Games have or not have, but should a country that when a government indicate uh, on country to Olympic Games, uh, this country should pay all of the taxes and other things. And if this specific country is poor, I believe that I love these Olympic Games and the all of the atmosphere, but certainly there are uh, other stuffs much more important. I don't know if your country don't have good education or I don't know uh, water in the dirty. I don't know. I forgot the Jewish. I don't know how do you say esgoto, né? And the well, in this case, I believe that it's better to don't create. For example, Brazil. the guys waste $1 billion in the well at the end. Unfortunately, for example, there is a water park. I don't know how do you say Maria Lenk. I don't know, and they create a big complex of swimming. And the I don't know nowadays not possible to have an event because there are a lot of problems. So this case is not possible because the one of the biggest problem of our governments is the guys love create how do you say infrastructure square, I don't know, or hospital, or doesn't matter, but there are two problems there. For example, the guys using, I don't know, waste, not waste, but invest 20 million reais to building a hospital. But by year, normally the hospital need to receive 20 the same value to maintain or keep the hospital operating. So in this case, it's necessary. Oh, I have 20 million reais by year to keep the hospital operating. Yes, I have. So in this case, you construct a hospital. So if you don't, if you don't have this money, so in this case, it's not possible to building a place like that. Unfortunately, is nowadays, for example, that's weird, because there are a lot of cities and they don't have a hospital. That I don't know if you create a city, you have mailer, you have vereadores, but don't have a hospital. That's weirdness. So in this case, it's better you keep the cities together, construct just one city and using. Sometimes the city have 1,000 inhabitants. So in this case, it's better to put these places together and create just a one city. And in this case, maybe you have money to invest in education or health. That's it. I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't be sorry, Ricardo. Yeah, you mentioned a lot of important things that like about yeah, celebrating sport. It comes on second, and when it comes, like you said, um, quality of life of the people that are receiving the the games, right? You cannot. I believe, like you said, it's impossible to celebrate sport and uh, like receiving this kind of event if you don't have the basic things for your own people, right? Like education, basic sanitation, and health for them, right? So it's the basic. I believe that's why they select maybe the cities that will, host the event. But like you said, also involves a lot of money, sometimes cases of corruption, um, this mischief use of the money that they in the investment that they receive, right? It happens a lot in Brazil. Especially when you mention about, oh, here we have this thing about constructing big things that everybody will see, like uh, megalomaniac uh, infrastructures that uh, usually spends a lot of money, right? But no one is quite interested or worried to make basic sanitation because it's underground. No one can see And,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
remember
a
when
sad thing.
I remember when the Brazil announced about the Olympic Games and the World Cup. Uh, my father told me, "Oh, this event is just a bullshit on Brazil," uh, because he loved World Cup and the Olympic Games, but he didn't agree if these events occur in Brazil. So in this case, these guys just steal the money and they don't create a good event. And I thought in that time, my father is a no sense guy because I don't know this this event is create a good atmosphere and the guys invest a lot of money. This money certainly let our country a better place and a lot of good things. And so, in the time after time, I watching news and the other things, and my father it's totally right about the this situation. But yeah, unfortunately, our country is not have good politicians. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Sometimes it's weird, because the people told about the Brazilians and the Brazilians are honest guy. Yeah, Brazilians are honest guy and the worker, hard worker too. Okay. How about the politicians? Oh, politician is not good. But that's weird, because the politicians don't come from the I don't know Switzerland or Canada. It's the guy. The politicians are the Brazilians, né? So in this case, Brazilians are not honest people, uh, and the consequence, the politicians not good too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that the problem when they try to focus just on the infrastructure for that kind of event, they don't focus on the other problems. They spend money just on that event. So that's the problem, because not just in Brazil. Brazil was horrible, but I saw it on China, on the countries that they focus just on that kind of event, and the population was suffering because they don't have good education, they don't have good infrastructure, and so the most of the problem at that they don't manage the money in the right way.
Yes. And I believe also they don't think in, a greater period of time in long term what
No,
they could
yes,
do with the infrastructure that they built, right? They're not just in Brazil, but it happens in other cities that hosted the Olympics and World Cup that, yeah, the event passed and then it became a ghost building because it's not used anymore. So it was really necessary to build it, or it's just for the show of the event, right? I don't know. Stuff. It's complex, right? To
yes,
manage
it
all the
is.
things. Absolutely. So, we still have some time. Maybe we can go. Let me see. Oh, Can you answer question number 7, Barbara?
What measures are in place to ensure fair play and prevent doping in the Olympics? What
Do you
measures?
know?
Let me check. Uh,
In general, don't be, oh, they are doing this, and that. What they usually do to prevent doping.
they used to do exams before the games to ensure that the athletes are clean. Like clean, I mean with no drugs or stuff like that. and they use examine them before the games start.
Yes. If check there's no
Prevent doping.
um
Yes.
yes, yes. Checking if they are not using and not oh
Anabolites.
like oh substances that are not approved, right? For doing because it's not necessarily drugs, right? There are some substances that give them some advantage on the physical, right, performance. So it's not fair if they compete with the others. They are clean, like you said. Do you agree with it? I don't know, maybe because some people usually said the Russians, right? They felt like um I forgot how to say this in English, like perseguidos, because
Pursuit,
they were or pers
pursuit.
yes, this
I don't know. I could be.
persuaded.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't in the I don't know if it's going to happen in Paris as well, but in the last games they couldn't compete uh over the Russian flag. They have to change the flag. They were like they suffered some penalties, right?
Mhm.
And because it was a big scheme of doping on the athletes, but sometimes people say that it's like not fair. They are just looking for and trying to, you know, um, to to impact the only the Russians. What do you think about this, Barbara?
I don't remember that fact. When it
No,
no,
I don't know. Don't remember. Maybe the two last Olympic Games it happened. They are not. They suffered this like these penalties, and it seems that they are exempt way more than the others. I don't know.
I think
It's a quite polemic. I don't know.
yes, quite polemic. But if they decided it, it's because they deserved it. So they should respect the decision and follow the rules.
Yes, stick to the rules. That's the main point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let me see. We still have some time. Maybe we can discuss the last one. Mm. Oh, hey, Ricardo, about question number 6. Can you remember how was
Mhm.
the different phases of technology, uh, you know, in the competition itself and the
Well,
broadcasting the event? Can you?
there are a lot of advancements when you talk about technology in the ever place field. I don't know, but in specific Olympic Games, maybe I could mention the I forgot the name in English, vestment or a kind of cloth that the guys use to swimming, né? É macacão, assim. And the sometimes I don't know, the people use it to see and it's just a, a cloth, but it's not exactly. The guys invest a lot of money, $1 million. I don't know. It's sometimes it's so weird because I thought that the guys invest so much money, but yeah, the companies that create this kind of suit, né? Aquatic suit, I don't know, uh, earning a lot of money too because this technology is used in different uh, place. Uh, well, and about the swimming pool too, borderless, né? The swimming pool borderless and sometimes I practice this sport a lot of time. I don't know, 3 years, and sometimes I swim in the middle of the swimming pool is better, but when I have to swimming in the corner, in the side, that's much more difficult because the waves causing some resistance. So it's I sometimes I feel uh, this situation, this feeling. I don't know. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, I never swimmed like practicing
Yeah.
take some swimming classes, but I never thought about it. You're correct. When you people that are on the border, they suffer with the impact of the water that
Hmm.
is, hitting on the walls of the pool, right? Interesting. I never thought about it. Yeah, you mentioned about the technology on the athlete's uniform. Like, I believe that they are putting some really good advancements on this. Especially, I believe in swimming, cycling, right? Biking. I don't know. Their uniforms, they have this thing to not uh, oh, okay, Barbara. We are finishing it. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have
Have
a
a great
wonderful
day.
day. Bye bye. Bye bye.
To, you know, uh, have that thing when they are biking, doing the sport to not have so, with impact with the air, right?
Hmm.
I forgot how to say this in English, but yeah, on this meaning, I was saying. And also we could say about the doping exams then that Barbara was mentioned on
Exactly.
um, the last question, right? It's a good example as well. And I was thinking about not only technology advancements on competition, but on the broadcasting. Like the first thing you must see in person the games so you can watch them. Then I believe that was the phase of the radio, right? So people were describing it for the others. Then it went to the TV, so you can properly see them, the athletes. And right now we are streaming it, right, on the internet, on different
Yeah.
platforms, YouTube. It's something that I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine when I was a kid, right?
Yeah, that's true. And I believe that the most impact is not exactly about the trans broadcasting on the internet, because, well, I don't know, a long time ago that it's possible to watch, or sometimes it's just a video, or sometimes it's online, live. But I believe that
Yes,
the impact nowadays is about the specific transmission on YouTube, because, for example,
yes,
there is a guys buy the rights and the transmitting directly on YouTube, like Casemiro, on the World Cup. I believe that
yes.
if the guys transmit the World Cup on YouTube, probably I'm not sure, but I feel sound normal for me if you guys transmit it on YouTube too. So
Yes,
directly.
yes, yes. I believe that they are going to streaming
Hmm.
and the Olympic Games too.